Hello everyone, welcome to the another project of SQL. This project is a part of my data analyst project series, and in this particular project I'm going to use a data set which is based on Zomato restaurant. Okay, so let's start it. So as we all know that first of all we need to create our database. So let's create the database. To create the database, we need to write create keyword and then the database, and then we have to mention the name of that database. Okay, so create database, I'm going to name it as food because it is related to the food industry, and then run it. Once you will run it, then you will see you can refresh it from here. Okay, and then after refreshing you will see that this food is pop up. So this new database food is being created here. Okay, now open the new file, and then now I'm going to create the table where I am going to populate the values of the dataset. Okay, so before creating the table we need to instruct this SQL that I'm going to use this database which is food. So write use food. Okay, and then run it. Now it's time to create the table. So create table. Okay, and the name of that table is Zomato. Fine. Now opening of the brackets. Fine. So before creating the table, let's have a look on the data set. So this is our data set which we are going to use. Okay, we can see that there is restaurant ID, restaurant name, country code, city, okay, cuisines, average cost per two, currency, has table booking, and has online delivery, aggregate rating, and the votes. How many people have voted for this rating? Okay, for this average rating. So what was the first column? It was restaurant ID. So now we have to mention the column names, okay, along with their data type. So let's have a look on the data type very in a quick and easy way, so that it will not create any hurdle while writing the codes. Okay, so restaurant ID, as we can see, it is all in the number form, so we will take it as an integer. Okay, then restaurant name, there are characters but not in a fixed quantity, they all are varying, so we will take them as the varchar. Then the country code, again an integer. Okay, then the city name, this will comes under the varchar because everything is varying here, name is letters are varying here. Then the cuisines, it will also come under the varchar. Then the average cost for the two, this will come in the integer. Okay, then currency will come in varchar. Now the next one is has table booking. So you can see here we have only two options, yes or no. Okay, so we can take data type here as var. Okay, because it has something fixed only. It will not go beyond the 3 letters. Okay, so we will take them as var. Varchar will also be fine. Okay, same for the has online delivery. And then the aggregate rating, here the data type will be decimal. Okay, suppose and how to write the decimal. So suppose that we have a rating of 4.8. Okay, so then how we have to define it? So after writing the decimal, we need to write in the bracket the total digits that we are going to use. So here total digits I'm going to use is 2. Okay, and then comma and the digits that are just after the decimal. Okay, so just after the decimal I am going to use only 1 digit, so I will mention 1 here. So here you have to write decimal, and then here you have to write 2, 1. Okay, fine. Now and the last one is the votes. Okay, so in votes there are number of peoples are given here on basis of which this rating has been given. So for these votes we will take data type as int. Okay, now let's start coding. Okay, so the very first column was restaurant ID, right? The very first column was restaurant ID. So I'm going to write restaurant ID and the data type was integer, comma, restaurant name, and the data type was varchar, and then we have to give the limit also. Okay, and the limit I'm giving as 100. Then the country code. Country code was an integer. Then it was city. It's again varchar. 100 limit. Okay. Then it is cuisines. Varchar 100 limit. Then it's average cost for 2. Okay. So this cost is an integer. Then currency. This currency will be in varchar. And here I am giving the limit as 50. Then after that, has table booking. Okay, it will also be varchar. And the limit I am going to, okay, has table booking, we have decided to take it as char. So let's take it as char. Okay. And the limit is 3. Fine. Now, has online booking, I guess the next one was what? It was has online delivery. Has online delivery. It will be char 3. And then aggregate rating. Okay, aggregate rating will be in decimal and total digits are 2 and after decimal it will be 1. Okay, then the votes, last one. So votes are in integer. Okay, now close the bracket and use the colon. Now just run it. Okay, now we can see after refreshing it that under the table, our Zomato table is being created. Okay, under the table, our Zomato table is being created, right? You can see all the name of the columns: restaurant ID, restaurant name, country code, city, cuisine, average cost, currency, has table booking, online delivery, aggregate, and the votes. Everything is there. Okay, now it's time to fill the data. So how to fill the data in this? So for that we need to import the data. Okay, so for importing we need to right click here. Okay, we need to right click where? On this table icon we need to right click. Then there is table data import wizard. Here we will click. Okay, then here we have to give the file path where our data set is being saved. So my data set is saved in this folder Zomato SQL1. Okay, SQL Zomato. So this data set I am going to take. Now next, I am using our existing table. Okay, which is saved in the food database named Zomato. Next. Okay, so here you can see that these are the columns. Okay, so they are saying source column and the destination column. So source column हमारे जो data sets में है, so वहाँ restaurant ID है, so उनको हम refer कर रहे हैं, yes, restaurant underscore ID से, restaurant name, yes, and restaurant underscore name. Okay, similarly, all columns are there, so you just have a look on it once so that there will be no chance of any error. So everything is fine. I'm going to do next. Okay, then after clicking next again, our import process will start. So it will take some time. If you want to see the status, then you can click here, which is show logs. Okay, so you can see that data is getting imported. So I've paused the recording here. It took around 1.5 minutes. Okay, 1 minute 30 seconds somewhere around. So keep patience while importing it. And as you can see, the end result is this: import data, file finished performing task. Okay, now we have to click here next. Okay, so here 9,551 records has been imported. Now finish. Okay, now let's see the table. So here is our table. So all the data is get imported here. Fine. Now it's time to perform our query one by one. Okay, so our first query is, so this is our first query. View the first few records. So first few means I want to see the first 10 records. Okay, so how we will do it? We will write select star. Okay, so I have already posted a video which is talking about the generalized structure of the SQL. Okay, if you want, you can go to that video, and that video will be very helpful while doing the project. Okay, it will give you a picture step by step that what we have to use after each step. Okay, so here select a star from table name is Zomato. Okay, star means all. It will give the all data from table Zomato. Okay, but here I don't want all, so I am writing here limit. Limit is 10. Okay, now perform this query. So you can see the top 10 data is here as a result. Okay, here it is, top 10 data. So this is our very simple basic first query. Now come to our next query. So this query is saying count the number of restaurants in each city. Okay, so while writing the code, we should remember that what is the proper structure. Okay, so at the very first step, we need to write the select statement. This select clause, what this select clause does, this basically tells us that what we want to see. Okay, so in this query, we want to see number of restaurants and city. Okay, so these are the two columns basically. As we can see that city is a column here. So हमें जो भी data चाहिए, that data is in this column city, and the number of restaurant, this data is given where, so we can get this data from this restaurant ID. Okay, so once we will count all the restaurants ID, then we will get the number of restaurants ID. Okay, so we have to write here select city, comma count. Okay, count of what? Count of restaurant ID. Okay, count of restaurant ID, and we need to give it at alias name, which is number of restaurants. Number of restaurants. Fine. Okay. Now the next step is to tell where these data are stored. Okay, so these data are stored in Zomato table. Zomato. Okay, so first step says what data we want. We want city column, we want restaurant ID, counts column. Okay, and these data is stored in the Zomato table. This is our second step. Now the third step is, see, till here the result that we will get the result like this. This is the restaurant ID, okay, and this is the city, and whatever be the data there, we will get the whole data as it is still. Okay, but to get the data like this, that here it is city and here is the number of restaurants. So suppose city A have total restaurants 60. Suppose, city B have total restaurant 30. City D have total restaurant 15. If we want our data like this, okay, grouping. This is called grouping. That city A data, city B data, city D data. So we group this data as per the city. We group this data as per the city. So if you want this type of result, then we need to write group by clause. So write group by, okay, group by city. Okay, city के बेस पे हमें ग्रुपिंग करनी है. नाउ अभी जब ग्रुपिंग हो गई, अब जो हमें डेटा मिला वो मिला city, and here it is number of restaurants. So city A have 40 restaurant, city B have 15 restaurant, city C have 30 restaurants, city D have 60 restaurant. The data is like this, but I don't want this kind of haphazard data. I want a systematic data. So I'm going to write order by. Okay, I'm going to write order by, and order हमें कैसा order चाहिए? हमें descending order चाहिए. ठीक है? So let's write it. So here order by number of restaurant, जिसकी हमें ऑर्डरिंग करनी है बेसिकली, किसके बेस पे डिसेंडिंग असेंडिंग डिक्लेयर होगा? सो वो नंबर ऑफ रेस्टोरेंट्स कॉलम के बेस पे डिक्लेयर होगा. ओके, एंड आई वांट देम एज डिसेंडिंग. दिस इज इट. नाउ लेट्स रन दिस क्वेरी and you will see our result. So you can see that New Delhi contains 5,473 restaurants, which is the highest number. Okay, descending sense mein. Then Gurgaon is 1118. Then Faridabad, Ghaziabad, Ahmedabad, and the lowest city is Ranberg, which is 1 only. Okay, there are many cities like that which have only one restaurant. So this is the data. This is the output that we get. Okay, I hope it's clear till here. Now come to our next query, and that is get the restaurant with highest rating. Now how to get this? It is also very similar to like that. So very first will be select. हमें क्या चाहिए? हमें चाहिए restaurants. हमें restaurants कैसे मिलेंगे? हमें restaurants मिलेंगे या तो restaurant ID के फॉर्म में या restaurant name के फॉर्म में. So this time we will take restaurant name. ठीक है? Okay. So select restaurant name. Okay. Comma. What else? Highest rating. So it means we want the column which is related to rating. So the column related to rating is aggregate rating. Okay. And aggregate rating. Fine. This is it. From ये सारा data कहाँ stored है? It is stored in Zomato. Okay. Okay, now till here the data that we will get the entire column of aggregate rating and the restaurant's name. Okay, so to make it more easy, to make it more accessible, readable, we need let's include this city also. Okay, so let's write here city also. Now we need to order by. We need to use order by. Order by what? Order by aggregate rating. Okay. Then in which order we want? हमें highest rating चाहिए, मतलब जो top पे हो वो highest number हो. So we want in descending order. Okay. Now ऐसा करने से ये जो पूरा डेटा सेट है ये पूरा हमें मिल जाएगा ऐसे, जिसमें रेस्टोरेंट नेम्स होंगे, ये जितने भी लाखों नेम्स है ये सारे होंगे. ठीक है, हजारों सारी सिटीज होंगी और ये वाला पूरा कॉलम होगा एग्रीगेट रेटिंग वाला. बट हमें ये नहीं चाहिए, हमें हाईएस्ट चाहिए. ठीक है, सो हम टॉप 10 ले लेते हैं, वो चलेगा. So to see the top 10, we need to use limit here. And limit is 10 rows. We want only 10 rows. Now run this. Okay. So here you can see the highest rating restaurant is Oakwood Cafe. And this is here in the Dalton city. अगर हम city नहीं लेते तो हम घूमते रह जाते भाई Oakwood Cafe कहाँ है, फिर हम Google Map use करते हैं. Okay, so these are our top 10 restaurants. Fine. Now let's come to our next query. So find the average cost for 2 in each city. Okay. Okay, so to get this data, what will be the first step? So what column we want to check? We want to check the cost column, okay, and the city column. So here it is the average of 2 cost column, okay, and sorry, average cost of 2, and it is the city column. But we want कि suppose there is one city Santa Rosa, तो इस Santa Rosa में जितने भी जो भी कॉस्ट है 2 people की जो कॉस्ट है उसका एवरेज हमें चाहिए, उसका एवरेज हमें चाहिए. ठीक है, जैसे Santa Rosa is written here, somewhere else also it will be written. So इसका जो इसकी जो 2 की कॉस्ट है it is 800, इसकी जो 2 की कॉस्ट है 850. So अगर हम इन 2 की बात करें रोज की, then we want the average cost for 2. So 850 plus 800 plus 850 divided by 2. This will be the city-wise average cost for 2. ठीक है, so basically we want city-wise average cost. Okay, so let's write. So first of all, we want the column that are city. Okay, then we want average cost for 2. Average cost for 2. Okay. Let's give it as alias name as average cost. Fine. Now, ये जो data है ये कहाँ मिल रहा है? So this data is situated in the Zomato table. Okay. Now, till here जो हमें data मिला वो क्या मिला? Till here the data we get is the data of proper city column and the average cost for 2 column. ये पूरा हमें data मिला, पर हमें city wise data चाहिए each city में. So we need to write group clause. Okay, group by city. Fine. Now सारा data हमें मिल जाएगा, but हमको एक proper way में चाहिए. So I am using order by. Okay. Order by average cost. Order by average cost. Okay. कैसा order चाहिए? Descending order. This is it. Now let's run this query. Okay. So you can see that highest average cost for 2 person. Highest किसमें है? Jakarta. ठीक है. Then after that this, and the last one is, if we talk about the least cost, it is Medan. Oh, this is no cost. Okay, something else will be there. So Lake Entrance is the least. It's the cheapest restaurant we can say. Okay, and the costly restaurant is situated in the Jakarta. Easy. Now come to our next query. So it's identify restaurants offering online delivery. Okay. ऑनलाइन डिलीवरी जो रेस्टोरेंट्स ऑफर कर रहे हैं उनकी डिटेल्स हमें बेसिकली चाहिए. सो ये है ऑनलाइन डिलीवरी का. ठीक है, फाइन. सो व्हाट वी नीड टू सेलेक्ट? वी नीड टू सेलेक्ट रेस्टोरेंट्स नेम, Okay, what else? City, किस city में है वो restaurants? And then this column, which is has online delivery. Okay, we need this column. So has online delivery. ये तीनों columns का data अगर हमारे पास होगा, so we can easily identify that which restaurants are offering online delivery. Okay, now these data is been situated where? So it is situated in Zomato table. Now what? Now we need to put here one condition, that offering online delivery. Okay, so we can see that all restaurants are not offering online delivery. There are many no's, many no's. You can see no's, no's, no's only. Okay, so you can see the 7,000 no's are there and only 2,451 yes are there. So we want to select these yes parts. How? So we need to write here where condition. Where has online delivery equals what? Yes. Okay. Now colon and then run this. So here you can see that these are the restaurants which are offering online delivery. Okay. So guys, this is it for this video. In the next part, I will be here with some more advanced queries. Okay, so wait for that video. It will be uploaded in next 1 or 2 days. Okay, so take care guys. Bye-bye.